Seattle is running out of space to store dead bodies, many of which were a direct result of drug overdoses. The city has seen 81 fatal overdoses just this year, after setting a record high of over 1,000 deaths last year, a majority of them related, of course, to fentanyl. Here to react, Seattle Talk Radio host Jason Rantz. Jason, so great to have you this morning. Sad on such terrible news for your city. This is a city that decriminalized drugs. Is this a policy, a law that residents of that city are now regretting?
Yeah, it's not even just the city, it's the state. Democrats chose to allow the decriminalization of drugs to move forward, and while at the exact same time that personal possession is now legal, even if you're caught smoking fentanyl in downtown Seattle or in a park, you know you're not going to get arrested and you know you're not going to get prosecuted. And so all we've done here is allow people, enable people to continue this addiction that ultimately is going to kill them. We're starting to finally hear from more and more people who are saying enough is enough, but it's still a legislative problem. And Democrats don't seem to want to change their tune just yet. There's a potential fix in the state legislature that has bipartisan support, but we've heard that before, and it generally never goes anywhere. So I'm not holding my breath just yet.
Yeah, it's so fascinating to me. I mean, obviously, the loss of life is terrible. The families that are left in the wake of these addictions and the fentanyl abuse. But what fascinates me, I've been following you. You and I have known each other for a long time. You have been reporting on the degradation of this once beautiful city. It's turning into, in some parts, what looks like a zombie apocalypse. When will the residents have enough? I get that the politicians are committed to their woke liberal ideology and their, la land ideas about drug enforcement. But at what point does quality of life supersede that for those who put them in office?
My experience has been the people who are either directly impacted or know someone who's directly impacted, that's what gets them to change their mind. Because unfortunately, those politicians who are committed to wokeness, well, so are the voters. And that's the unfortunate reality. But then when a family takes their kid to a park and they see some drugged up homeless addict just taking things over, well, then all of a sudden they start to shift their thinking again. We actually now have the opportunity coming up in this next election for Seattle City Council. The vast majority of them have decided that they're not running again. So we could go in one of two directions. We can actually fix things. We can actually put people on this council, should they choose to run, who are reasonable, or it's going to get worse.
Yeah, let's hope they choose wisely. Jason Rantz, always
Fingers
great talking
crossed.
to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
All right, still ahead, California residents